Hope you're happy now. You own everything that happened to you. Tell your stories. If people wanted you to write warmly about them, they should have behaved better. If a nuclear holocaust ever broke out, two creatures would survive: cockroaches and my mother. Her resilience has no limits. Her tenacity knows no bounds. She's survived 2 dead husbands, 3 suicide attempts, a heart attack, diabetes, 50 years of drug, nicotine, and alcohol abuse. Only the good die young. Of course, in all that time, she's never smiled. Mommy chipped her right maxillary central incisor when she was 8 years old, just like I did when I was 8. Except unlike her, it never kept me from smiling. Just like those incessant arbitrary beatings of hers never forced me into crying. By the time she was 40, bad hygiene and geysers of vitriol had loosened many a tooth, leaving her with very little bone and a whole lot of gums. Y carajo, how she loves to flap them. I'm sure she's sad to finally lose her bite on me since she's been defanged. Now all she has left is that bark. I almost want to feel sorry for her, but I won't. Not this time. As I reapply muzzle to foaming mouth. She starts off by wishing me a happy birthday on Facebook, then segues into, wow, you look pretty in this picture. The import being I look like crap in every other photo. Then, when I ignore those opening salvos, she goes full photon torpedo and starts bombarding me with how my grandmother, the woman who raised me, the only truly responsible adult in my young life, always said she hated me and knew I was full of shit. How I was a loser, a liar, and a coward, and everything else she actually is. Anais Nin was right. We see people not as they are, but as we are. And yes, I am aware of the irony in that statement. After all, if I see my mother as a vindictive bitch, might it not be because I too am one? But no, I'm not. Her actions determine the difference between us. I would never viciously attack anyone for sport or because I was bored or because I was miserable. She is actively seeking me. I don't know what she's thinking in that twisted pretzel she has for a brain, but hopefully this current mania will soon cease. I'm all right now, mostly. She just caught me off guard. After 5 years, she put in a personal appearance again. It was just 2 months ago she started serving me up a surfeit of madness from her bullshit buffet. I was not expecting her to dish up more shit stew to me so soon, especially since I already had 2 of her Facebook profiles blocked. But I've written it all out of my system. She'll read it all, feel like a martyr, report back to her crack buddies and her only living sister, my hellacious Aunt Kay, whose own kids have distanced themselves from her. It's astonishing. They both actually despise each other too, but can bond occasionally in their abuse of me. I'm thousands of miles away, emotionally and physically. It's just the surprise and the intensity of the attack that sends me spinning for a day or 2. But I always find my equilibrium again. I won't go into all the help I've given her over the years, despite the horror she's always been. The good news about this latest manifestation is that it happened quickly. I didn't take her lure and get tricked again. I haven't in 5 years. She gets other people to contact me, but I ignore them too. My bullseye has faded. All in all, a lovely greeting for me yesterday morning. I'm afraid I had to block her again after I deleted her every comment. Much as I love to be insulted, I really am not worthy of her attention. Mommy has never hugged me, kissed me, cooked a meal, washed a sock, attended a school function, or done anything remotely maternal or affectionate. But she hasn't treated anyone else any better either. She's an equal opportunity abuser of everything and everyone, including herself. Still, she did steal my identity, ruin all of my credit, and abuse me physically, emotionally, and mentally for whatever reason. She stalks my every move online and has read the truth one too many times. She doesn't like it. Can't blame her. She prefers her own revisionist view of history. I'm used to being without family. I haven't had one since I was 15, when my grandmother had a debilitating stroke and my grandfather died of suicide. I was practically adopted by boyfriends and friends' families. Then I met my husband, and he was all I needed, wanted, and trusted. I just wish she'd pretend I was dead. She was never apparent. If anything, I was. She's always resented the role reversal. How many 8-year-olds have had to talk their mothers down from a bad trip? Or had to console mommy when mommy told her the married man she was fucking, while being married herself, ignored her calls, only to be rewarded afterward with a beating for it, because mommy needed a punching bag to work out her frustrations. Still, she always treated me like an adult, confiding in me, and I enjoyed that part of our relationship as a child for a long while. I felt responsible for her. It gave me some sort of feeling of control, though I had none, and not enough, to stop her hurting me or herself, or my brother, or my sister. Even now, I feel like such a whiner. After all, I'm fine. She's not. The whole thing is riddled with pathos. My anger shields me from being sad for a while, but it always dissipates back to sadness. I'm the only normal one. And I say normal with quotation marks around the word. My sister Melissa was born a junkie, brain damaged from withdrawal symptoms. Mommy abused drugs all during her pregnancy. Melissa wasn't even 4 pounds when she was born. She had 3 operations trying to keep her alive. And she is, even if she has a barely functional mind. I suppose she's all right. My brother Hector John has spent over half his life in jail. Way to go, Mom. You'd make Medea proud. Hope you're happy now.